no, you can't come here. The Prime Minister is being prepared to see, so it is not your turn. Unfortunately. Today I am taking you on a journey of how I met the Prime Minister in Harar, Ethiopia. But before that, have you heard the latest that my current president of Kenya, in that case, was recently in Ethiopia? And I'll tell you more about that in this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Queen Desta and I create travel, lifestyle, and Buna with Desta videos, as well as conversations that help us to find that which ignites our souls, and as well as continue inspiring each other to continue on this journey of life. Otherwise, today I'm here to share with you a story. Before that, let me keep some people up to date because I've noticed we have a few new subscribers that might have not caught up with our previous videos. Before, I used to travel to different places and I got a chance to explore different towns in Ethiopia. Let's say Bahda, Gonda, Lalibela, Arba Minch, Hawassa, and just a few more that I have skipped around. But I never got a chance to visit Harar and Dire. Now, when I was coming back from Somaliland, I decided, you know what? Life has given me another opportunity to continue on this journey of exploring, because I know there are people that used to watch my videos and they really miss the days I used to go out there and explore. Some people, they are still not over the adrenaline that comes with me being on the road continuous, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, so on this day, I decided to pass through Harar from my journey from Jijiga, that is the border of Somaliland and Ethiopia. So welcome to Ethiopia. Yeah, and the interesting thing is I left Jijiga and decided to proceed with the journey all the way to Harar. Right now it's around 6 p.m. I'm sorry I've not been keeping you up to date because my phone is going battery low and my GoPro 2 does not have charge. Yeah, but the journey back to Ethiopia, here we are. We're already in Ethiopia as we try and see our journey back to Addis, as we try to explore different places that are in Ethiopia. For example, Harar, Diredawa. Yeah, so it's getting late, and also guys, can I tell you the cold, oh my goodness, take me back to Somaliland so I can enjoy the heat. It's very cold here, but we move. Now, my initial plans was one, take a bus from Jijiga all the way to Harar, spend a day in Harar, explore, give you the videos, then the following day head all the way to Diredawa and have another amazing experience because I'm told it's a big city. Then after that, come back to Addis Ababa where we live and we tend to live, I guess. Yeah, anyway, that's the same thing. But anyway, so on this day, drove all the way from Jijiga to Harar. So I'm told we are approaching where people camp after the war and the conflict, and it is Somali houses, so let's see. I also have to say, in the clip you're going to be watching, I tend to meet someone that was also heading to Harar. He's from Somaliland, but he has an American accent, in case you hear that along this Harar episode. So who builds Somali houses? Women or men?
Women.
Women?
Unless it's like a big one, like a wedding one.
Oh, okay.
That only is built occasionally, but the whole village comes together. Especially like in the countryside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
Creating the content for your...
camels.
At least you don't have to do the voiceover, because now my voice is over it. But yeah, you see?
Yeah, I see.
ADBs.
Now, upon arriving Harar, we had no accommodation, we had no place to sleep booked then, but he was like, you know what, I've been to Harar before, I know how to go about. It was at night, I couldn't vlog for you guys, but yeah, take it from me. So, but we go to places, different hotels, but all of them are booked, fully booked. Like, then we are like, what is happening in Harar? And we are told the next day, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy, is gonna be in Harar because there's a school that is graduating, something like this, and then he needs to also give a speech about political matters, stuff like this, you know. So I was like, wow, this is the joy of traveling, because you never know what is in store as you continue exploring or seeing different places. You never know what you're going to be expecting. Anyway, long story short, after a long search, we finally found a place to call a sleep or a place to rest, and I'm happy to give you a tour. Enjoy the quickest room tour ever. I needed a place to sleep. We couldn't find a place to sleep, and I'm also in a rush to go and feed the hyenas. Now, immediately you land in Harar, the first thing that you have to be told to do definitely has to be go and feed the hyenas. And it's so hard for me to tell you guys that I actually did go to feed the hyenas that specific same night after securing a place to sleep. But because of traveling, my phone was battery low, my camera was battery low, and I did travel with the person that I had met. They took me on that night exploration, documented with their gadgets, but they were nowhere to be found for me to show you that evidence. But yeah, I did feed the hyena. How was the experience? Now that you can only take from my words, but I'll try and find a few pictures of people that are feeding the hyenas. For me, it was, I thought, I'm like, come on, I have walked with lions before in Zambia, you know, like, this is a small matter. Why are you talking about hyenas? Why am I even bothered? I see these things all the time in Nairobi National Park. Until it was time to feed, and I could not. I had like so much delays, but long story short, I actually happily ended up feeding the hyenas. Tips for when you're going to feed the hyena: it's a good experience if you've not interacted and you love animals, to interact with them at that time. It was, let's say it was an experience. That's all I can say. Anyway, after that, went back sleeping, hoping the next day I'll be able to explore the city, and we tried.
Okay. So that, like, invaders wouldn't be able to come into the city. You see, the structure is different all of a sudden.
Yeah. Welcome to Old Town.
This is the only, let's get off the road.
Okay. So welcome to Harar City, the Old Town. Well, there's a lot happening today, but I'll try my best to bring you a perspective of what Harar Town is about. So the interesting thing that I'm learning is there are actually 8 gates to this old town. I've been staying close to the new town, and today apparently the Prime Minister will be in town, so it's very tricky to show you around, but I'll be glad to show you the little or the much that I can. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let the adventures continue. In my next episode, I will give you a whole, maybe entire, more detailed tour of Harar and Haile Selassie, where I came from, and a whole lot of history that I actually did not know about before that. So the most interesting part was during the day, lots of many things were stopped. One, you cannot get a bus to either leave Harar, because it was also almost impossible to continue exploring Harar because the Prime Minister was there, and that is the time that you're always like, why did I wish I knew, because like security is very high. Anytime I pull up the camera like this, I'm afraid someone is gonna stop me, and yeah, so that's how I met the Prime Minister. I just by chance felt the presence of the Prime Minister in Harar. That's the meeting that I got. Of course, according to the title, that he did not recognize me. Of course, even if I met him in person, I was not expecting him to recognize me. Maybe he recognizes me from this video after they feel there's this one Kenyan that feels so entitled. Anyway, that's, you get it? Yeah, I just thought that's an interesting topic to talk about and to take you back on a travel vlog here and there. So today has been an interesting day. Here to refresh myself with the juice as we wait and figure out if we're heading on with our direction with the journey back to Dredawa, all the way to Addis. Anyway, after that we tried to secure a vehicle at least to proceed to Dredawa, because also Dredawa had a lot of things to offer, and the distance between Harar to Dredawa was like an hour, 2 hours, I guess. Let me know in the comment section down below. And we couldn't, the roads were closed, so you can get no bus to proceed on this journey. And unfortunately, that is how my Dredawa trip was cancelled, because sometimes when you're in places that are politically influenced, your goal is to not be around those places. So even for me, the last thing that I wanted is to be in a town. If before coming over to Harar, I knew the Prime Minister was gonna be there, like for that day or for the following day, because a lot of, like, I wouldn't say disruption, but like different things happen in terms of the city being clean. Like for example, the day we arrived, that night we arrived, the roads were being painted, like the lines were being painted. I was like, Harar is a clean city. But now it's a preparation for the Prime Minister coming around. I don't know what you think about that. That's a whole story on its own. But yeah, I'm talking about any political effect in a place that you're visiting as a tourist or as a traveler. You tend to be like, unless that is the kind of life you're looking for, like maybe you have the adrenaline for things like conflict, possibilities of that happening, congregations, and not just meet up because people are happy or celebrating or a festival. You get me? So if I knew in advance, I wouldn't have proceeded to Harar, but I did get to proceed. So couldn't find a place to sleep, and that is how I continued to stay in Harar for another day. Looked for a place to sleep. Still, all places were booked because I had to check out the last place that I was sleeping at. Then this friend also found relatives and went to stay with them, or like people he already knew. So I was on my own now, had to look for a place to sleep, and was lucky to find this one other place. So I am lucky to find Sumia Hotel, a place to sleep. This is like the only room remaining, and it's like a double bed. Yeah. Anyway, too big for me, but we spent the night. Quick tour. We have the shower, sink, mirror, bathtub, place. Yeah. And can I say, sometimes interesting things just look for each other. You know, I had left Ethiopia. I normally have the SIM card, and then you come back. I have already like this is TMI. This is like too much information. I come back. I lost my SIM card, so I can't even be connected. I can't even upload videos. But anyway, I have to say that was my experience staying in Harar, at least for this part. I did do a tour showing you the city, at least to that place, those places that are touristy. But also another disadvantage is you would go to some places and you're told, no, you can't come here. The Prime Minister is being prepared to see, so it is not your turn, unfortunately. High time we start looking for jobs in diplomacy places, in the government places, and we can be able to access these places even when they are around. Anyway, don't take this video too seriously. I just wanted to take you back on a travel vlog that I ever had to experience when I was in Harar, and I hope you actually did enjoy. Stick around for tomorrow's video, as I'm gonna be showing you a tour of Harar, or at least what I was able to capture, and a story of this beautiful city. And I also didn't know it has that much to offer. I still look forward to visiting Dredawa because I never thought Harar was that big. And being told that Dredawa is actually bigger than Harar, I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. So one day I definitely will book a trip to Dredawa. I have been to Dredawa through the train, but not in person. What a joke. Anyway, so our president, because for us in Kenya, we have a president, not a prime minister. So the president came over to Ethiopia because Ethiopia launched Safaricom Ethiopia. Let me know in the comment section if you're an Ethiopian or a Kenyan, what you think about Safaricom coming to Ethiopia, and what do you think the future looks like? Is it a competitor that will improve the other telecoms and stuff like this? I could talk a lot about this whole matter, but like it's a whole different thing. But on a slight notice, for those who don't know, there was only one SIM card company. That's the easiest shortcut for it, like a telecom company, Ethio Telecom. But now they're introducing Safaricom, and I thank you very much, Safaricom Ethiopia, for helping me to bring this to you. I can't wait for the day I will say this and I have money in the bank. Anyway, I'm happy to see what is in store in that line of communication, the improvement that will come with that. And I'm happy also with the notion or the spread of the message that is, I don't know why I did this, that we are unifying Africa, and Ruto coming over in support for Safaricom Ethiopia had the message of unifying Africa. Proud. I can't wait. Any effort that we have to be able to unify Africa, please can we do? Because we are one. Thank you very much. Otherwise, I hope you like this video. Always, remember to create time for that which ignites your soul. Until next time, ciao.